Hello everyone, and welcome to Saturday evening's Sporting Memories quiz. And this week's topic, a little bit different. I've gone for sport and advertising. So all those sports stars you can remember from the past who were in adverts or commercials or on TV in some way, can we remember what they advertised and what they promoted at the time? So, a bit nostalgic. Hopefully you'll remember a few. So the usual 15 questions, if you're ready to go. I'll start with number 1, and here we go. So 1979 I'm starting with, so a little while ago. In 1979, who was the first professional English football team to have a shirt sponsorship deal? I'll repeat that. So in 1979, who were the first professional English football club to have a shirt sponsorship deal? Who was that first one? That's number 1. Number 2, an advert from the 1980s stated, Ian Rush said, if I don't drink any milk, I'll only be good enough to play for blank. Who was that team? So an advert from the 1980s, there was a statement made that said, Ian Rush says, if I don't drink my milk, I'll only be good enough to play for blank. Who's that team that they won't be good enough to play for? And do you remember the advert? That's number 2. Number 3, Kevin Keegan and Henry Cooper, the boxer, both advertised which product? Kevin Keegan and Henry Cooper both advertised which product? And I think they did several adverts for this same product as well, if that's a clue. Okay, that's question 3. Question 4, J.R. Hartley was looking for a book on which sport? J.R. Hartley was looking for a book on which sport? Does the name trigger any memories there of what that sport might have been, or the advert itself? Okay, so number 5 now. Looking at Formula 1. So which Formula 1 racing driver teamed up with Morecambe and Wise, the comedy duo, to advertise Texaco? Which Formula 1 racing driver teamed up with Morecambe and Wise to advertise Texaco products? Who was that racing driver? And do you remember the adverts, which were probably the mid-70s? That's number 5. Number 6. Misha was the chosen mascot for Moscow 1980 Olympic Games. He was the first mascot of a sport event to achieve such high-scale success in merchandise. But what was Misha? That's question number 6. Misha, the mascot for Moscow 1980 that achieved such marketing merchandise success. What was Misha? That's number 6. Number 7, boxing this time. Which heavyweight boxer has advertised the following products? Mars, HP Sauce, Persil and Kleenex tissues. Which heavyweight boxer has advertised Mars, HP Sauce, Persil and Kleenex tissues? Who could that be? Which boxer? Moving on to number 8. I'll start with the slogan. So the slogan of this advert was, get yourself a mate called Smith. That was advertising which product and which sport was being played in the advert. So I'll repeat that. Get yourself a mate called Smith was advertising which product and which sport was being played in the advert. That's number 8. Quite a popular advert at the time. Quite a nice little tune. And number 9 now. So back to 1985 this time. In 1985, which track and field star advertised Lucozade? In 1985, which track and field star advertised Lucozade? That's going back in time a bit. 1985. Number 10. Number 10. In the Pizza Hut advert, who put a bag over his head? In the Pizza Hut advert, who put a brown paper bag over his head? And that's number 10. Quite a well-known advert. I'm sure you'll know who that is. Number 11. A little bit harder, this one. Graham Taylor sends who a cake in the Yellow Pages advert? Graham Taylor, also was the England manager at one point, sends who a cake in a Yellow Pages advert? That's number 11. Number 12. Which former Liverpool player advertised Wash and Go shampoo in 1998? Which former Liverpool player advertised the Wash and Go shampoo back in 1998? Which Liverpool player did that? Can you cast your mind back to the players of 1998? Or maybe you remember the advert. Okay, number 13. Hello World were the words used by Nike in their first campaign to advertise which man's prodigious talents. Hello World were used by Nike in their first campaign to advertise which man's prodigious talents. That's number 13. Hello World. Can you remember that advert? 2 left to go. We're getting through these quick. Okay, number 14. 2 names from sport here. Sally Gunnell and Will Carling both advertised which product? Sally Gunnell, she was the hurdler, 400 metre hurdler, and Will Carling, rugby player, both advertised which product? Can you remember either of those advertising the same product? That's 14. And finally, number 15, different sport this time. In a 1980s TV advert, which snooker player ate Heinz baked beans as he grew up? In a 1980s TV advert, which snooker player was eating Heinz baked beans as he grew up? And that's number 15. And that's the final question. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I bet there's a few memories there. And there's a bit of YouTubing you'll probably want to do now to check out some of these adverts I've mentioned. So we'll bring you the answers Sunday evening. And I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.